AAA tracks gasoline prices in America. And as of today, they report the national average is $4.24 a gallon, almost $2 higher than the day Team Biden took over the White House. The state with the lowest average price is Missouri at $3.78 per gallon for regular. The highest, of course, is my own home state of California at $5.90 for regular and a brutal $6.36 for diesel. Republican lawmakers in California are calling for Governor Newsom to help Californians by suspending some of the draconian gas taxes. His counter-proposal is to offer Golden Staters $400 gas cards in free transit. That's the Democrat mindset in a nutshell, isn't it? We're going to overtax you, but don't worry because we'll also give you handouts. Keep voting for us, but I digress. On Wednesday, the grassroots activism group Heritage Action for America released a statement urging Congress to think long and hard about the damage these prices are causing working Americans before making it worse by banning Russian oil and gas without taking the shackles off our domestic energy industry. Quote, unleashing American energy production would shield working Americans from the effect of skyrocketing energy prices while also increasing our own national security. Without those measures, an energy ban would hurt Americans more than Russians, while doing little to affect the situation in Ukraine. Deciding between anti-Russia and pro-America measures is a false choice, end quote. Joining us now to discuss is the Communications Director for Heritage Action for America, Noah Weinrich. Thanks so much for being here tonight, Noah.
Thanks for having me, Kara.
Great. So I'm so glad you guys are doing this because for a while I felt like I was one of the only ones who was mad at Republicans who are all in on banning Russian oil without any kind of assurances from the Biden administration about drilling here at home, especially when we know just how hostile Democrats are to fossil fuels. So is that kind of what prompted this action from Heritage?
Absolutely. You know, we've seen Biden and Congress rush to ban oil and energy from Russia. Biden has enacted a ban of his own, but Congress is rushing to make that permanent through a bill. And, you know, Heritage Action and the Heritage Foundation, we, of course, fully support disentangling ourselves from Russia. We support doing what we can, what makes sense against Russia right now, but that shouldn't come at the expense of Americans. And like you said, there was a rush in Washington to get this ban through, and we didn't hear many voices calling for pro-American energy measures to accompany that. A lot of people have talked about the Biden's war on energy, but not many folks have called for Congress to do something about it. You know, Congress has the power right now. They have the leverage. They are considering a trade package that would ban Russian energy for a longer term, and it would kick Russia out of our most favored nation status. So what we're asking is, if you're going to take these measures to strike at Russian energy, to ban Russian energy, of course, they're only about 7% of our gasoline, but that's significant. If you're going to do that, then you need to unleash American energy. It's a 1-2 punch. If you ban Russian energy, unleash American energy. Support American workers, support Americans at the pump, and make us energy independent once again.
And is Heritage in contact with some lawmakers to try and, make this a reality on, putting in some kind of either an amendment or whatever needs to be done into the bill to make sure that we do have drilling and everything else we need here at home to increase instead of what we're seeing from the Biden administration with it being throttled?
Absolutely. You know, we're in contact with lawmakers every day. We've been talking to our grassroots army. You know, we have 2 million grassroots activists around the country. 20,000 of those are our core activists, sentinels. So we're talking with them. We're talking with lawmakers. We've sent this statement to Congress, House and Senate. We're urging them to think carefully before voting to ban Russian energy. Think carefully about what steps can be taken to unleash American energy. And, there are a lot of folks doing just that. They are looking for ways to unleash American energy production. They're looking for ways to reverse Biden's Biden's war on American energy, looking for ways to make it easier to drill, easier to refine, easier to do business here instead of having to go to places like Russia or, like Biden is doing, go to Iran and Venezuela.
And if this 1-2 punch doesn't happen, is this only going to hurt, do you think, Americans more than it's going to actually hurt Russia when it comes to energy and revenue and everything else?
That's the fear, yeah. We were already seeing gas prices skyrocketing here in the U.S. They recently hit an all-time high of $4.50, shattering the previous record, which was about 20 cents lower. Americans are already feeling this at the pump, and it's not doing significant damage to Russia, particularly when our theoretical allies of the EU, Germany is not banning energy. Of course, they are in a position to do much more damage to Russia. And Russia has willing buyers in China and elsewhere. So if we are the only ones doing this, and if Russia has willing markets elsewhere, then it's making Americans pay for this without significantly hurting Russia. And that's the real fear here.
Well, Noah, thanks for all that you do on this front, and thanks for joining us tonight.
Of course, thank you for having me.